some music, and we're going to talk about how you can play a song called John Doe by B.o.B. And we end up kind of capoing this on 3rd fret to kind of match the recording, but we're going to walk through a couple things in root position. And there's this cool little piano lick that kind of comes in, and I'm probably embellishing this a little bit, but you can play 3rd fret on the B string, 1st fret on the B, open B, 2nd on the B, or G, open G, and then 4th fret on the D, open G, 2nd on the G, open B, and then 4th on the D. And if you wanted to, you could kind of throw in a 2nd fret, hammer on to 4th on the D, and then open G, and then 2nd fret on the D. So all together, you're kind of going 3, 1, 0, 2, 0, 4, 0, 2, 0, 4, 2, 4, 0, 2. And you could kind of back that up with some bass notes too. I'm kind of doing this hybrid picking, so I'm taking my pick for my basses and my fingers for the lick. But you can do 3rd fret on the low E string when you start, that kind of 3 and 3 together. And then for that 4th fret on the D, you could throw in 5th fret on the A. And then you could throw in the low E on the 2nd fret for the 4th fret on the D. And then do the 2-4 hammer on. And then play 3rd fret on the low E string for the open G. And then 2nd fret on the D. So that's a little weird, kind of 3 and 3, 1, 0, 2, 0, 5 and 4, 0, 2, 0, 4 and 2, 2, 4 hammer on 3, and 0, 2. But you want to kind of play around with that. I was just kind of digging on that piano lick. I think I'm adding a little bit to it, but kind of digging on that. And if you're going to back it up with chords, you'd start on a G major chord. We play G major. First finger goes to A on the 2nd fret. 2nd finger on the low E string, 3rd fret. 3rd finger on the high E string, or the skinny E string on the 3rd fret. And if you strum all those together, it sounds a G major chord, and it sounds really happy. Now you may also want to think about putting the 3rd finger on the B string 3rd, pinky on the high E 3rd, kind of working that for your G major. And then from the G, that D in the bass, we get backed up with a D major chord. We play D major. First finger goes to the G on the 2nd fret, 2nd finger on the high E 2nd fret, 3rd finger on the B string 3rd fret. And if you strum the D string to the high E string, that sounds a D major chord, and it sounds really happy. Now you may also want to think about lifting the 2nd finger, which is a dangerous finger to lift, but that makes a D sus too. Or you could add in the pinky on the high E 3rd, kind of a D suspended chord, and kind of say some things around the D. And then from the D in the bass, actually we end up on kind of that low E 2nd fret for the bass, actually that F sharp note. And you may want to actually change the D chord to something called a D/F sharp, which means a D major chord, but you're adding in an F sharp in the bass. And you could even do that with the thumb, kind of on the low E string 2nd fret, kind of taking the regular D shape. Or you could readjust your fingers by doing the 1st finger on the low E 2nd, 2nd finger on the G 2nd, 3rd finger on the high E 2nd, the pinky on the B string 3rd, kind of working a D/F sharp. Or you could slightly cheat this by playing a D sus/F sharp, where you do 1st finger on the low E 2nd, 2nd finger on the G 2nd, 3rd finger on the B 3rd, pinky on the high E 3rd. It's a little bit closer to that G voicing actually. So you got kind of G, D, D sus/F sharp might be a little bit easier to get to. And then from there, it sounds like the bass is going to the low E on the 3rd fret, but the harmony actually for myself, and you can play the G and be cool with the G. I think you can do the G chord. But I'm really tempted to do a C chord. And so when you play C major, and you do 1st finger on the B string 1st fret, 2nd finger on the D 2nd fret, 3rd finger on the A string 3rd fret. And if you strum the A string to the high E string, that sounds a C major chord, and it sounds really happy. Now you may also want to think about lifting off the 1st finger, making that a C major 7, or you could add in the pinky on the B string 3rd for a C major 9 and kind of say some things around the C chord. Or another way to play C major 9 is to do 1st finger on the D 2nd, 2nd finger on the A string on the 3rd fret, 3rd finger on the B 3rd, pinky on the high E 3rd. Kind of work that for your C major 9. Or if you wanted to, you could even kind of take the regular C major shape and then take the 3rd finger and go to the low E string 3rd, pinky on the D or on the A string 3rd. Kind of get a C major chord that way, kind of bringing out that low E string on the 3rd for your bass. So it's kind of a C major chord /G, or C major with a G in the bass. Or another option would be to do something called G sus, where you could kind of work it off the G chord shape, but with 2nd finger on the A 2nd, 3rd finger on the low E 3rd, pinky on the high E 3rd for your G. That kind of frees you up to do 1st finger on the B string 1st fret, 2nd finger on the D 2nd, even the third on the low E string, third, pinky on the high E third. So the G suspended chord. So we want to think about that for that last chord too. And a lot of our verse actually is just kind of repeating that form, kind of a G, D, D slash F sharp, C. And you could kind of do that with kind of an 8 down count actually. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 kind of through the chords. So you may want to kind of work it that way. Or one of my favorite strum patterns for a 4/4 like this is down, down, up, down, up. So to the G and just try that a lot. You have down, 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 up, down, 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 up, down, up. So try that through the verse progression. You know, the G, D, D slash F sharp. Through the chorus actually is something called a 16th note strum pattern. And what I mean by that is if you're tapping your foot at the beat, right now we're kind of dividing that beat into 2 parts with our down, down, up, down, up. 1, 2, 1, 2, and that's called an 8th note. What a 16th note is where you divide that into 4 parts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. And one of my favorite 16th note strum patterns is a long down, 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 up, down, down, down. And what I mean by that is if you take the G and do it down for 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. That's what you're doing on the first beat. Then on the second beat, you're doing a down on 1, down on 3, up on 4. So you're going 1, 2, 3, 4, down, 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 down. And on the third beat, you're doing an up on 2, down on 3. So you're going 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, up, down, 1, up, down, 1, up, down. And then on the last beat, you're going down, up, right along with the 1, 2, 3, 4. So down, up, down, 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 down. So all together, you got down, 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 down. Now the weird part is if you wanted to use that through the verse, the feel is almost like we'd half that strum pattern. So you could do just a down, down, down up of it on each chord. So D, down, down, up, down, down, slash F sharp, C, G, down, down, slash F sharp, C. I know I'm kind of playing against the tune a little bit with that. Or you could have that pattern and kind of have the G with the down, 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 up, but then go to the D for the up, down, down, up, down, up, and then the D slash F sharp for down, 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 up, the C with the up, down, down, up, kind of thing on that. Down, down, D, up, down, 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 D slash F sharp, down, down, C, up, down, 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 G, down, down, D, up, down, 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 D slash F sharp, down, down, C, up, down, down, down. So you want to experiment with that too. And then we'll basically be repeating that until we get to our chorus part. In our chorus, we kind of have our 8 down count on the C, and another C, and then we go to G, and then we go to D. Which you can do with the down count, or you can do with the down, down, up, down, if you're kind of digging on that. C, down, down, G, down, down, D, down, or if you're digging on the 16th pattern, you'd have your whole pattern on the C chord. The halving idea. G, down, down, up, D, down, down, or C, down, down, up, down, 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 G, down, 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 up, D, up, down, 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 that part. Now the weird part is to play along with B.o.B. Instead of starting on a G major chord, they're starting on a B flat major chord. So to play along with the recording, what you want to do is take a capo, and if you put the capo on 3rd fret, then now your G is really a B flat major, and your D is really an F major, and the D slash F sharp is really F slash A, and your C major chord is really an E flat major chord. But to take it from the very beginning, you can kind of work that intro lick. I want to kind of play around with that, and that could be kind of a cool way to kind of intro the tune. Or you could work it with the strums. So you could do down, D slash F sharp, C, or you could do the down, down, up, down, G, D slash F sharp, C, or you could work the 16th pattern. I'm big on that. Or you could have that pattern. So G, D, D slash F sharp, C. We did it repeating that progression 4 times and then going into our chorus part. And you can word that same way, kind of working the down idea. C, G, D, or you can do the down, down, up, down, up. C, G, D, or you can use the 16th pattern. Have the C, G, down, 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 D, or you can split the pattern the other way. C, G, D. From there, then we're going back into our verse. Now, one other thing I think about adding to the song though is bass notes. And a lot of times on that first down of the down, down, up, down, you can throw in a bass for the chord. So on the G, you'd have low E for the bass. On the D, you'd have the D for the bass. On the D slash F sharp, you'd have low E for the bass. And on the C, you normally have the A string for your bass. If you're doing that C slash G, you may want to use the low E string for the bass. Or if you're kind of as the G sus or the G chord, you can kind of work that as kind of the low E for the bass. So we tried that next verse with a bass down, up, down, up. We'd have G with low E bass, D with the D bass, D slash F sharp, C, G, D slash F sharp, G sus, D slash F sharp, C slash G. So we kind of play around with that too, kind of find a way that works for you and kind of run with it. And like I said, I just like the C change actually, but you really could kind of work that as the G if you kind of hear it that way. And then from there we'd be, or we could try that with the 16th pattern, and then you'd have the G with a low E bass, down, down, up. You could kind of work that through each chord. Kind of G, D, D slash F sharp, C, G, D, D slash F sharp, C, G, D, D slash F sharp, C. Kind of working it that way. Or you could split the pattern and have the G with kind of a bass, down, down, up, and then you might want to go to the next chord for the up, bass, down, up, down. Kind of dig on that. G with the bass, down, down, up, D, up, bass, down, up, down, D slash F sharp, down, down, C, up, bass, down, up, down, G bass, down, down, D, up, bass, down, up, down, D slash F sharp, down, down, C, up, bass, down, down. And then from there, they would be going, kind of repeating that 4 times and then going back into our chorus part. So you could do that with a bass down, up, down, up, and have the C, C, G, D, C, C, G, or if you're doing on the 16th, you can have the C, G, D, or the C, from there, they would be going into our next verse. Now, if you know other licks around these chords too, feel free to kind of throw them in and make the tune your own too. There's lots of ways to do it. You might want to kind of mix it up a little bit and kind of find a way to work for say some stuff with it too. And then from there we repeat that 4 times and we go into our last chorus. So C. really want to play a G at the very end. But that's the basics of how you get strummed through John Doe by B.o.B. So good luck!